I'm here today to get an MRI to find out what's going on inside my head.
Great to meet you. Your main history seems to be that you're struggling a little bit with controlling your emotions. What we want to do today is use some of the most amazing technology, using MRI images to look into your brain. So are you ready to do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
I'm going to have you change.
I'm hoping to see that he's got a normal brain. We have the tools now to look not only at the architecture of the brain, but also at mechanisms that are not working.
I'm only nervous about seeing the outcome. I'm quite looking forward to having the tests.
Right now what we're doing is acquiring all the information from his brain. Now let's look at the SWI quickly. How did it feel?
Oh, just fine.
We've got a good look at your brain and we've got many hundreds of images.
I am anxious about the results.
Well, Kevin, you did a very good job. Thank you for coming. With Dr. Phil, I'll have a chance to really explain to you what we found. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Please welcome Dr. Bradley Jabbour. Dr. Jabbour, in full disclosure, I am not only a fan, I am a patient. In fact, I think I have my own file drawer over there. I got MRIs on my neck, shoulders, knees. I mean, you've done more stuff on me probably than anybody. And my specialty when I practice is brain and central nervous system. So we've actually consulted on cases where we've looked at images, and you and I have discussed things, and I've just been blown away by the technology you have, because you guys are cutting edge. And you spent time yesterday doing these studies on Kevin, and it's okay with you. Do you give permission for him to reveal, discuss, and disclose this information here today?
Yes, sir.
Let's approach the screen.
Okay.
And you can stay here, and we'll let Dr. Jabbour walk us through here. Now first, and when I say, you guys have probably never seen anything like this, but this is the kind of imaging you start out where it actually looks like him, because you look at the screen. Tell us what we're seeing.
So we see, this is using a 3T MR. It's a real representation of Kevin's brain. We peel through the skin. You can actually recognize him to see the brain. Then we look into the wiring mechanism inside the brain, which we can then measure a thing called fractional anisotropy to measure the actual wires and whether they have shrunk or been damaged. And in his case, we see that he has lost, his FA numbers have gone down significantly, meaning that he has lost white matter integrity.
Okay, and when you say that he's lost white matter integrity, tell me what you're talking about. Tell everyone what you're talking about there.
Without linking it to brain trauma, but whatever the insult to the brain is can cause damage to tissue that causes the wires that connect different parts of the brain together to be damaged, and then they disappear.
If there is disruption here, this can express itself behaviorally.
Yes, including behavioral
Okay,
issues.
now let's go to the next image, which looks at some of the scarring in the brain. This is Kevin's brain.
He's got 4 areas of scar tissue in the brain which really represent damage to the axons, axonal shear injury, from a acceleration, deceleration type or rotational type traumatic episode, which we see in many different venues, whether it's a car accident with acceleration, deceleration, or impact sports, whether it's football or even for young women, soccer, hitting the ball can cause this type of injury.
And this is looking at shrinking and atrophy. And tell us about what you're seeing in the white space at the front here.
The brain is generally closer to that, and you don't have the CSF or the fluid being so prominent.
So if there was not atrophy here, then the cerebrospinal fluid would not be as prominent here, and this would be all the way out to the edge.
Correct. 96% of people have a bigger brain than him in the frontal and in certain frontal and temporal areas.
That is clinically significant in a big way.
Big way, yeah.